Yo, what's going on, everybody? You've seen the thumbnail, you've read the title, and today I want to talk about Treyarch's lack of passion for Black Ops Cold War. So with this being said, before we get into the video, I just want to quickly apologize for how my voice might be a little bit different, as my throat is very scratchy and I'm still kind of losing my voice, but nonetheless, I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and with that being said, let's get into the video, guys. Alright, so having gone back and playing games like Black Ops 3 and even 4, and honestly 2 and 1 to an extent, you know, Treyarch's most recent games, all of those games seemed like they had some kind of passion behind them, and I will go into each of them in a minute. But Cold War, on the other hand, seems like Treyarch had the passion enough to make a first-person shooter Call of Duty game, but not to make one of their best games, and not to make an interesting Call of Duty title. It seems like they were just told by Activision, make a Call of Duty game, we don't care how bad it is, Warzone's the focus anyways. That is really what it seems like was happening there. It seems like they did not have the passion to make a 6v6 multiplayer game. And I think part of the reason is, obviously, they were thrown into the project late, they didn't know, and things like this, you know. Like, they were completely just thrown into this project. Last minute, they didn't really have any clue that this was going to happen and things like that. Obviously, we all know this from the leaks. Sledgehammer Games couldn't put a game together or something like that, and Treyarch had to get thrown into the mix. So that could be a part of the reason for the lack of passion, but still, it just seems like they didn't even care, even though they were put in late. Like, I understand getting thrown into a project randomly when you just have no idea randomly, and then you're hit with a deadline that you have to meet regardless. Nothing, no ifs, ands, or buts, does obviously, you know, hurt the passion behind the project, but it just doesn't seem like they put anything into it. When you look at games, especially like Black Ops 4, the most recent one, where it just seemed like they cared more. It just seemed like they cared about Black Ops 4 more, with all the specialists having their own counter plays and counter specialists and everything like that. It just seemed like they cared about the multiplayer in Black Ops 4 more. Not to mention the outrage of just Blackout support. Like, it was literally insane how much they supported Blackout throughout that year, and just how much they genuinely seemed to care. Like, David Vonderhaar gave a damn about Blackout. Yeah, he didn't give a damn about the multiplayer, but that wasn't his thing that year. It was Blackout. Blackout is what David Vonderhaar was in charge of during Black Ops 4. And guess what? David Vonderhaar wasn't in the damn desert. David Vonderhaar wasn't taking a vacation in the desert during Black Ops 4. He was in the studio, he was working on Blackout, and he actually had the passion and the love for what he was creating, which created one of the best battle royales, and a lot of, you know, YouTubers would agree that Blackout is just more fun than Warzone. Because they cared, man. They genuinely did care back then. Now, obviously, the Black Ops 4 Zombies team did care a little bit too. I mean, not a lot of people like Black Ops 4 Zombies, right? But they did care, and they wrapped up the storyline in the, you know, the zombies. Now, Cold War Zombies, speaking of zombies, did actually seems like the only team that cares. The Zombies team this year seems like the only team that actually wants to put together something good. Because other than that, like, the multiplayer team just doesn't care. The campaign team especially does not care whatsoever. Like, I mean, the campaign team just had the least amount of care behind it whatsoever, because half of the decisions you get to make, like the voice lines and even side missions, have zero impact on the story whatsoever. I mean, I did do all the side missions, so I don't know. Maybe if you don't do the side missions, there's a little bit of an impact, but you know, half of the decisions you get to make in the campaign don't matter. You don't even hear, like, you get to choose sentences throughout the campaign on what you're going to say. You don't even actually get to hear anybody say that. There's nobody who voices those lines. And half of them, like, actually probably more like 90% of them, have zero impact on the story. There is like 2 decisions that have an actual impact on the storyline. It's really just ridiculous. It's like there was no care put behind it whatsoever. Not to mention, most of the campaign missions are really boring. Like, where's the love, man? Where is the love, dude? They don't care. It seems like the passion is gone compared to, you know, even Black Ops 3, Treyarch's second or third most recent game, whatever you want to say, but you know, Black Ops 3 with probably the most care we've ever seen put into multiplayer and the most love we've ever seen put into zombies. Unfortunately, the campaign team, of course, also didn't care. doesn't seem like the campaign team ever really cares to put a good campaign together past, well, Modern Warfare 3 seems like the last campaign team that actually cared. But, you know, whatever. Modern Warfare campaign was pretty good, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Treyarch. So it just seems like they haven't cared about campaigns, at least Black Ops 2, but I don't really blame them. Not a lot of people play it. But nonetheless, man, when you look at games like Black Ops 3, the multiplayer, there was so much passion behind it. Zombies, there was so much passion behind it. Even in 4, there was a bit of passion behind zombies, and quite a bit of it, just a lot of people didn't end up liking it. In the multiplayer in Black Ops 4 had passion. It's just, it blows my mind, man. It really does. It blows my mind, the absolute lack of passion that these devs have. But, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, sub the channel, turn on post notifications, and I will see you guys all later. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. Bye-bye.